Hi everyone, my name is Brian Youell and I'm the Master Superintendent of Uplands Golf Club. Today I'm here with the Oak Bay Municipal Arborist Chris Paul and the Oak Bay Municipal Parks Manager Chris Hyde-Lay. And what we're looking to do with this video blog is to talk about replanting some Garry Oaks and establishing our Garry Oak populations here in Uplands Golf Club. I'd like to ask Chris Hyde-Lay to maybe talk about the urban forest management strategy that the municipality is currently working on.
Sure, thanks, Brian. In 2017, the municipality undertook an urban forest strategy, and what that really was all about was where we are in regards to our canopy cover. And what we found was the municipality of Oak Bay, which would include Uplands Golf Course, has about 33% canopy cover, which is pretty excellent compared to a lot of other adjacent municipalities. City of Victoria, for example, is at 14. So in the urban forest strategy, the objective really is to maintain and increase the canopy cover that we have. And that would be from 33% all the way up to 40% by 2045. And one of the ways that we're going to do that is we're going to be tying specific zonings throughout the municipality into expected canopy cover. So for example, if you owned a lot in South Oak Bay and you were building a new house, we would require you to have 35% canopy cover on that lot projected 20 to 25 years down the road. And the Uplands Golf Course, which is just so unique with its just outstanding collection of Garry Oaks, is a big contributor to Oak Bay's urban forest and the urban forest right through the Capital Regional District. So that's the objective of the urban forest strategy, is to maintain and increase the canopy cover as best we can.
Perfect, thank you. So one of the areas that we're looking at is we're looking to remove some metasequoias behind us, and maybe just to talk to Chris Ball on these metasequoias and some of the challenges, what they may have, and we'd like to plant this whole area with some Garry Oaks in here. Chris, your thoughts on the metasequoias that you see here?
Metasequoia is kind of an interesting tree, Brian, in that it's one of the few deciduous conifers, but these ones have taken on a rather odd form, kind of their swamp-like form, where all the branches grow down low and spread out, and you have a very unusual canopy. So it's very difficult to work under them. They take up play a lot and have just very unusual, unappealing shape. So there's a lot of trees that could be used here that would work a lot better. The Garry Oak particularly, you're going to get a nice high canopy, so you can play underneath it. It's a nice shade tree, and it's a little more normal form.
So when we look at this area we've got some irrigation behind us, some good soil type. So what would you look for a good Garry Oak planting location for a homeowner or for our golf course as we establish some Garry Oaks?
Are typically a sun-loving tree, so anywhere where you can get it started where it's got lots of sun is really good. The Garry Oaks like it to be wet in the wintertime and dry in the summertime, so they don't want to sit in a boggy area typically. They want something that's fairly well drained. A lot of this area of uplands in northern Oak Bay has some good sandy soils and things, and the Garry Oaks really like that. The water will drain away from their roots in the summer, so they don't sit in water. Yeah, sunshine, a bit of water throughout the summer is good. But well drained is what they're really looking for.
So not much maintenance for a homeowner or even for a golf course as we start establishing this?
No, and they're not a fast growing tree, so they're not one that you have to do a lot of work to keep up with. So give them a fair bit of space. They all grow different ways. You'll get some that'll grow very straight up. You get some, if they have the space and the light, they'll spread out with broad reaching branches. And it'll take quite a while before they really take on a lot of your landscape. But they're a tree that all of a sudden 25 years down the road, you realize has really a nice form. And 50, 60, 70 years down the road, you have this big, beautiful shade tree in your yard. So kind of think about that when you're planting them, that you're going to have a tree that's going to be probably 40 feet wide. So try and keep that as far from your house and your garages and things like that. It's good to give it the space so that you don't have to keep pruning it.
Excellent. So as we walk over this way, both of you gentlemen, right behind us we can see that we have a mature Garry Oak stand here on the left of our 18th hole, and we would like to carry this sporadic planting in along through this area. Once we remove these 3 metasequoias, Chris, what would you figure we could plant in here for Garry Oaks to continue on our...
You could plant a good 10 to 15 Garry Oaks in this area, I would say, to carry on things out here and make it look somewhat natural. Don't plant them like an orchard. Plant them in kind of groupings and sort of randomly, and it'll just carry on the natural succession of the oaks.
Excellent. Chris, now you see we've got some mature Garry Oaks behind us here. How old can a Garry Oak, how old can it grow? How long?
Well, we have estimated, and quite close is this estimate, that the oldest Garry Oak is over 400 years in Oak Bay.
Yep.
And that is on 500 block of Falkland Road. They're a tree that most of the time you'll get a good 200 to 400 years out of in ideal growing conditions, and this would be that.
Yep.
Just the site we're talking about. And they're also a tree that are perfectly suited to the projected climate models. So a tree that will tolerate winter wet and summer dry. So they're good. They're just a good tree for southern Vancouver Island all around.
Excellent. And that's really what our tree management strategy is here at Uplands Golf Club. It's not what we're going to look like today or 5 or 10 years from now, but what is this golf course going to look like over the next 100 to 200 years with these indigenous species like the Garry Oak that will flourish here and hopefully increase our, we have the largest privately owned Garry Oak stand in North America, and we'd like to add that and protect the character of what Uplands Golf Club stands for. Well, thank you very much for both of you for your expertise today. Really appreciate it.